No matter how hard you work, are you still unable to reach your goals? If you feel like you are spinning in one place, you are not alone. I will help you. The truth is, feeling stuck like this is often caused by hidden fear or pressure. Stay until the end, because we will explore exactly what is happening inside your mind and how to get out of it. Why do you feel like you have absolutely no control over your work recently? The reason is that, at this moment, it is not your rational brain that is holding the steering wheel of your life. Instead, it is being driven by your deep fear of failure and the intense pressure of "I need to prove that I can do this too." This is also what makes you panic and forces you to chase after a million things at once, thinking only about quantity. At this moment, your true abilities are sitting in the passenger seat. Because fear and pressure are driving the car, you feel an intensely stressful sensation of being dragged along with no control whatsoever. To understand this, imagine your brain as a massive company. The Chief Executive Officer, CEO, of this company is your Prefrontal Cortex, PFC. The company's security guard is your amygdala. When you experience intense fear and stress, that security guard rings the emergency alarm. Instantly, all normal operations of the company are halted. The security guard literally locks the CEO in a room, throws away the key, and takes complete control of the company. In neuroscience, this is known as an amygdala hijack.
Let's deeply observe your brain to see exactly what happens at this moment, and how it secretly destroys your life.
The biological shift under extreme pressure. When you become stressed, your CEO, prefrontal cortex, becomes completely inactive in two main ways. 1. Drainage of blood and oxygen. When you feel fear, your brain assumes you are in physical danger, just like a wild animal is chasing you. Therefore, purely to keep you alive, it rapidly drains the blood from the front of the brain, PFC, and sends it to your muscles and brainstem. Your thinking brain completely loses its energy. 2. Chemical flood. Your brain gets flooded with stress hormones named cortisol and adrenaline. This toxic flood temporarily cuts off the neural connections going to your PFC. Your thinking brain disconnects, and your reactive brain violently wakes up. The brutal impact on your performance. When that PFC is disconnected, your highest intellectual abilities instantly collapse. Working memory fails. Have you ever gone to an exam or an interview, panicked, and instantly forgotten everything you studied? This is the reason. When the PFC is inactive, physically retrieving the information stored in your brain becomes impossible. Choking. When athletes or presenters face extreme pressure, they mess up even the things they usually do brilliantly. Your logical decision-making ability is lost, leaving behind a complete mental blockage, brain fog. Tunnel vision. Under stress, your PFC's ability to look at a problem from different angles is lost. You lose all creative problem-solving skills. Your brain only sees the threat in front of you, the solutions completely disappear from sight. The impact on your entire life. This doesn't just ruin your day, it causes massive short-term and long-term damage. Broken relationships, loss of emotional control. Your PFC is the brake pedal for your anger and impulses. When those brakes fail, you shout, say things you shouldn't say, and become aggressive. Later, when you calm down and the PFC reactivates, asking yourself, why did I do that?
I can't take this anymore! Just shut up and leave!
Why did I do that?
You feel instant regret. Terrible decisions, financial or career choices made hastily under pressure are almost always wrong. Why? Because your ability to think about long-term consequences is completely destroyed. Brain shrinkage. This is the scariest part. If you constantly live with fear and pressure for months or years, chronic stress, the massive flood of cortisol actually destroys the cells in your prefrontal cortex and causes it to shrink. At the same time, your fear-driven amygdala enlarges. The end result? You become someone who panics at even the smallest thing, constantly battling with anxiety, depression, and severe exhaustion, burnout. What happens when fear and stress completely fade away, and your prefrontal cortex operates at its maximum capacity? It is a fascinating scientific process. Let's go back to our company example. In a safe, pressure-free environment, the security guard remains completely silent. Because there is no emergency, the chief executive officer, CEO, can perform their duties with the highest freedom and maximum capacity. The biological magic of a calm mind. When you are calm, your brain creates the perfect environment for the growth of the prefrontal cortex. The amygdala calms down, the center that controls fear goes silent. The fight or flight response is deactivated, meaning the neural signals going to your PFC are no longer blocked. Blood flow increases, without pressure, maximum blood and oxygen flow directly to the front of your brain. The cell activity in your PFC accelerates. Perfect chemical balance, toxic cortisol drops, and your brain is filled with positive chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. These are the exact ingredients you need to maintain intense focus and enthusiasm.
The amygdala calms down. The fight or flight response is deactivated. Neural signals to your PFC are no longer blocked.
The results of maximum brain capacity. When full power is given to your brain's PFC, your highest executive functions operate without any errors. 1. Logical decision-making. You stop being a slave to your emotions. You easily weigh the pros and cons, think about long-term consequences, and make excellent, rational choices. 2. Intense focus. The flow state without external interruptions. Your brain directs its complete focus toward a single task. You enter the incredible flow state, completely immersing yourself in your work or studies without even realizing the time passing. 3. Creative problem solving. Without pressure, neural connections travel freely through your brain. Forming new ideas, creating fresh concepts, and finding those amazing moments for complex problems happens very easily. For accurate memory retrieval, when you are stressed, your memory center, hippocampus, becomes paralyzed. But when you are calm, your PFC communicates perfectly with the hippocampus, allowing you to instantly retrieve any information you need. 5. Complete emotional regulation. You gain complete control over your own emotions and develop a deep ability to understand the feelings of others, empathy. In short, when you eliminate fear and pressure, your brain permanently exits survival mode and shifts directly into thriving mode. Your true brilliance finally emerges exactly at that moment. Taking back the steering wheel. Finally, this is what can be said: no matter how hard you worked, what hindered you from reaching your goals thus far was not a lack of your ability, talent, or intelligence. The real obstacle was that your brain was constantly stuck in a survival mode filled with fear and pressure. Your mind is the most powerful weapon you possess, but it only operates correctly when provided with the freedom and calm environment it needs. Therefore, the next time you feel like you can't do anything, when you feel extreme pressure, or when you feel like giving up on everything, pause for a second and take a deep breath. Allow the panicked security guard, amygdala, in your mind to remain silent. Send fear and pressure back to the passenger seat, and allow your brain's true chief executive officer, PFC, to take hold of the steering wheel of life. Your true excellence will come out, and the doors of success you have been searching for all along will open, exactly right there.